afternoon, everyone. We are all invited this afternoon to reflect on the theme of charity. The theme of charity, what it is, why it is good for us to be charitable. I think in theory that everyone believes that being charitable is a good thing. I don't think, and that is why in almost every religion, I can't recall any religion that doesn't have this theme of charity. Christianity extols it very well. Even the Islamic religion also extols the theme of charity. And if you go further to different kinds of religion, you discover that this is very important. And today, Jesus has raised it up to a height. And I'm always interested, even when I'm reading the gospel, to prepare my homily. I often pay attention to what is the answer that Jesus wants us to take. I often pay attention to where Jesus places emphasis. Today, there is an emphasis on this woman, the widow. The rest of the people make their own donations. And Jesus was there listening to them or watching them. It's just like Jesus coming to a church. Of course, he's always there whenever we celebrate. But in that case, he was physically present. And he was watching people as they come to drop their own donations. Many rich people came, dropped their own donation. I'm sure they gave wonderful, or maybe huge amount of money. But Jesus was more interested in this widow. Why? Because he gave almost everything she had. According to Jesus, he gave all her livelihood, all she had. And that pained Jesus. He pained him. He picked interest in this. That this was a woman that doesn't have. But the little she had, she gave it up. And Jesus saw the depth of sacrifice that she made and picked on that and told the whole congregation, among all these people that made the nation, that this person, this woman, has really donated more than the rest. Jesus was not placing emphasis on the money. She was placing emphasis on the depth of the sacrifice that she committed. That it wasn't easy. Whenever somebody makes such a sacrifice, it has a lot to do with trust in God. Because if that is the only thing you have, and you give it out for other people to benefit from, and you don't have anything elsewhere, yet you believe that God will provide, that's a lot of faith. That's a lot of faith, and that's a lot of sacrifice. And that was what Jesus tapped into. He tapped into that and said, he gathered the people. He made it very clear. Now, look at this woman. Among all the people that put in money into the treasury, this woman gave more than the rest. She not only gave in money, she also gave in everything she had. That's the instruction that Jesus wants us to carry home. And he even went further and even stated it very clearly. We do not have to give out of our surpluses. We don't have to give only when we have surplus. It is not when, okay, let me do all these things until I get everything for my own need, then I can give. That's not where Jesus is placing emphasis today. He did not condemn whatever people gave. If you listen to the gospel very well, Jesus did not condemn their wealth, those who made donations. He did not condemn them. But he was also placing emphasis on, you don't have to give only when you have surplus. That's an echo over there. I mean, that's very important for us to hear that echo so that you can go home and remember it. If you did not remember anything today in this gospel, thus it has been echoed. You don't have to give only when you do what? Good. Some are feeling reluctant to say it. You have. This is what Jesus wants us to go home with. The little you have. Remember when in the Bible, when people were hungry, Jesus was feeding the flock. And people noticed that they were already getting hungry. They were already getting tired. And some people suggested to Jesus, let us release these people so that they go and get something to eat. Because they're already getting tired. And what Jesus said? Jesus said to them, give them something to eat. Give them something for yourself. And they were like, we don't have enough. We have only 2 fish or 5 fish or two loaves. And Jesus said, bring that thing you have. Bring the thing you have. And then Jesus prayed over that and multiplied it. It's simply reminding us that the little you have, present it, and God will multiply it. The little you have, don't say that I don't have. That was what this woman was trying to remind us. The drama in the Bible, in the gospel today, is lifting that to all of us. The little you have, donate it, present it, give it out. And Jesus himself will multiply it. I will tell you a little story of my experience back in Nigeria when I was in a parish. This woman came to me and wanted to make a donation to the church. And I knew the woman. I knew she had nothing. I knew she was struggling. I knew she was a poor woman. And when she brought the donation, I was honestly feeling very reluctant to take the donation from her. Simply because I felt within me that this woman needed the money more than what the church needs. I wasn't comfortable to take that donation. But at the same time, my mind was disturbing me at the same time. Because if you reject this donation, you'll be in trouble. As a priest, rejecting someone's donation out of sympathy, I don't think is the right thing to do, because you don't know what motivated this woman into bringing the donation to the church. In my mind, I was trying to empathize with her, but I don't think that was enough, because she wanted to make the donation. And immediately I took the donation, she felt, you can see her face, she was so happy that she contributed to the progress of the church. She was so happy because she made her own. That's the woman I see somehow like this widow in the Bible. She gave what she had. And when that was received, she felt so happy. And of course, the church is happy whenever we receive anything from people. But the point I'm trying to make is that this woman related exactly to what we have in the Bible today. She gave the little she had for the good of the church, so that the church will continue to move on. As we preach today, as we talk about charity today, anytime in our life, anytime as Christians, as Catholics, we practice charity, it simply means that we are reflecting Jesus Christ in our world. Because Jesus is the charity himself. Anytime we live the charitable life, we are living the life of Jesus, because that's what he wants us to do. Why do I say that? Jesus gave up his life. He sacrificed his life on the cross. It wasn't easy for him. And as you can tell, it's not easy for someone to lose his life, especially losing his life for those who don't even love him. He gave up his life. That's charity. That's love. That's kindness. It's not only money. Charity doesn't only consist in giving out wealth or money. It has a lot to do, including being kind to people, showing love, showing that you love these people, and doing something very extraordinary. I think we are emphasizing on this today because this woman did something very extraordinary, something above what people will expect. Because generally, people don't expect you to give when you don't have. Well, give when you have a little. People will encourage you, oh, no, don't worry about it, don't give at all. You don't have. So it's something extraordinary that this woman did. And that's why Jesus tapped on that and started preaching about it. Today, we are recalling that very story. First of all, to learn that giving has a lot to do with sacrifice. And whenever we give, we are refreshed. We are empowered. We receive more blessings whenever we do that. Why? Because each time you help someone, this is my own experience. I'm sure the same thing is applicable to you. Anytime you help someone, you give a helping hand to someone, and that person is happy, you see yourself being happy at the same time. Amen? Amen? You see yourself being happy because you have helped this person and you could see joy in that person. That is always contagious. So it's not only that you are helping someone, you are also helping yourself to be happy. And so, my dear friend, Jesus is reminding us today to learn how to be charitable. And if you are charitable already, pray that you will also increase that spirit, because Jesus is never tired of being charitable. If you are good at saying something to someone to make him or her happy, if it is your gift, continue with it. Pray that God can help you even to increase on that. The more you are charitable, the happier you are. The more charitable, the more kind you are, the more happy you will be. I know sometimes this can be challenged by the people you are showing love and kindness, but as Christians, we don't give up. We don't give up at all. We continue to do it and believing that God will continue to bless us. So the story of the widow today is reminding us that nothing is small before the eyes of God. Offer the little one you have, and God himself will multiply it. Amen.